All right, we are back on your coffee break live in Bennington, Vermont. Kate Chaplinsky with Rob Adams.
We're multitasking.
And our next guest, Ron Spivak of Hawkins House.
Hello, thank
Ron.
you.
Now,
Hi,
this
Ron.
is really neat. Ron, you've been in business 38 years.
Close to 40 years now, yes.
That is no small feat.
No.
Second generation business?
Second generation, 2 families. My wife, my beautiful wife, Inga, and I started the business back in Shasbury, Vermont, which is 5 miles north of Bennington. And we found this wonderful old colonial home. People ask us, why the Hawkins House? No one is named Hawkins.
Right.
But the historic home was named the Monroe Hawkins House. It had a wonderful barn, 2-story barn in the back, and my wife was a hand weaver, and she set up her studio there, and we began our crafts business there 40 years, almost 40 years ago now.
And it's also a jewelry shop and a gift shop, right?
It's especially a jewelry shop, and it has lovely gifts. It was originally owned by Ed Levin. We bought it in the early 80s, and since then we expanded from the one original building. We added 2 more. We put on links. I'm a former architect, so I had a lot of fun doing that. And we have some wonderful crafts, a lot of jewelers. A couple I'd like to mention, Jeff
Please.
Gray from Bennington, Vermont, Marcella Anderson, also from Bennington, wonderful jewelers. And they have been with us almost since we began.
Wow.
And so it seems like you're really supporting the local community as well.
We are, I think, a mainstay of the community. We're also on what is now being known as Four Corners North. You just saw Catamount Glass. They're less than a half a block away.
Oh, nice.
And next to the Bennington Potters,
Right.
which is also a half block away. And the interesting thing we do or have done is work with the crafts market. And in the 60s, the crafts movement began almost in Bennington, Vermont, with what was known then as the Bennington Craft Show. David Gill, who founded the Bennington Potters, used to have craftspeople come in the summer, just as they did now this past weekend, and they would literally sell their works out of their tailgates, and they would sleep over at the pottery sometimes. And that's how almost the American craft movement began back in Bennington in the 60s. So we're just part of that, and we continue it, and we've enjoyed it and continue to enjoy it.
Now, how do you keep it going so many years? I mean, what's changed about the business?
I think the craftspeople change. I mean, when we started, they were young. Now they've aged, but new ones keep coming in. And I think what's exciting also about the business is that they're all American entrepreneurs. I mean, you don't go to a crafts market like ours to find Walmart goods. You're
Right.
finding beautiful jewelry, which I'm admiring your necklace right
Thank you.
now. By Ed Levin, by these other craftspeople I mentioned, Jeff Gray. But we also have hand-blown glass, a lot of pottery, woodworks. We have children's things, cards. There's something there for everyone, even if whatever you happen to be looking for. And one of the comments we hear most often probably is, I didn't know you had so many things here. Because there are 3 small buildings linked, so you don't really realize that there are 3,000 square feet inside.
Oh, wow.
Pretty wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys come visit?
We will. We will. I want to go shopping. I mean, it sounds like you really you offer something very unique. You're not, if people are visiting Vermont and they come in, they're really finding something special, which is nice.
Yeah. It's not like visiting a mall.
No.
And coming to Bennington is not like visiting a mall. It's the whole town experience that I love and that I think your visitors will love. Every shop is unique to itself. And just walking around the town, you'll find wonderful places to visit.
Yeah.
And just when you get hungry, half a block away is the Blue Bend Diner, which you may try at some point. And it's just a great Vermont experience, I think.
Define when you say jewelry, what kind of jewelry would you see there? All kinds or?
Sterling silver,
Sure.
14 karat gold, 14 karat gold on sterling silver, porcelain work, pearls. My wife, who was formerly a hand weaver, is now working on pearls.
Wow.
So her work is there too. And there's a lot of just fun stuff. Titanium, colorful glassworks. It really runs the gamut of the crafts market, of what young people and other people are doing today in handcrafts.
Now, what's popular right now with customers? Is there anything you guys are carrying that seems to really be just resonating with people?
That's an excellent question.
Or they just like everything?
Yeah, I think they're pretty much like everything.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I could have told you what's popular today. My son, who unfortunately now is in Pennsylvania, would have had more of an
That's
answer
his
for
job.
that. That's his job. And Liz is always scouting out for new work.
Mm-hmm.
But she also has a wonderful selection of clothing, handbags, and so I don't know if any one thing stands out, but we are known for our handcrafted jewelry. And that's what people keep saying, wow, I never knew you had so much.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like the kind of place where you go in and things call to you.
Yeah.
You know, no matter who you are, something is going to...
Well, if you have a good sense of aesthetics,
Yes.
and it will resonate. Yeah.
And at 262 North Street. Now, we're on South, so once we get to the Four Corners, we switch right over to North?
When you get to the Four Corners here, you go to the next Four Corners North.
Okay.
And that's what we are now known as, the Four Corners North, with Hawkins House on the corner, Bennington Potter's a half a block away,
Right.
Catamount Brewery, and their excellent beers right there as well, and a self-service gas station in case you run out of gas.
Perfect.
Very nice.
Can't
Love
ask
that.
for much more.
Well, Ron Spivak
Ron,
of
thank you.
Hawkins House, thank you. It's been a
Well,
great to chat
it's
with
been
you.
a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
We will stop by. I will be stopping by.
I hope so. But don't forget your credit card.
I won't. It's good to know. All right. You take them all.
Okay.
All right. Ron, thank you so
Okay,
much.
Thank you.
As we continue on here, 78 degrees and rather partly sunny. It kind of bounces in and out right now with the clouds and a chance of showers as we move through the day. But certainly a nice day here in Bennington, and can't ask for much more. Route 7 right behind our cameras, in fact. And, the thing about Route 7 that folks might not realize, for our readers and viewers down the line, you get on Route 7 down in Norwalk, just go north. That's it. Wilton, Ridgefield, Danbury. Keep coming. You come right up through here.
That's right.
So,
and I was on Route 8 for a while to get here.
Yeah,
That was
coming
nice
out of
too.
Shelton, you can take Route 8 as well. So it's pretty easy to get here. And Routes 9 and 7 come together just to the north of where we're sitting. So if you're coming in from New York, it's pretty easy as well. Why don't we pause again for a break and reset as we hit noon here, Kate, on coffee break. In fact, it's 12:01, so
All right.
good
Perfect
chance to wrap up
timing,
the
Rob.
hour.
All right. Well, we'll be back with more after this.
Confidence